Evening, he did not commit suicide.
Albuquerque Police Lt. Todd Parkins died in September from a gunshot wound. At first, the Office of the Medical Investigator ruled his death a suicide, but now has changed it to undetermined. News 13's Alex Tomlin is live in the Newsplex with more.
San Bernardino County Sheriff Darren White stands by his original statement that suicide ruling was flat out wrong. Today, he says he's just grateful his friend will not be remembered as the officer who killed himself.
Todd was just a good cop and a great guy.
Sheriff Darren White was a good friend of Lieutenant Todd Parkins.
I knew him for a long time. In fact, I had dinner with him about 4 days before the accident.
The accident, as the sheriff calls it, happened in September. Lieutenant Parkins' wife told investigators he was cleaning a gun when it went off and killed him. The Office of the Medical Investigator said the fatal blast was intentional, but Sheriff White didn't buy it.
There was really no information that we could find at all in that investigation that led us to believe that this was a suicide.
That ruling caused the sheriff to ask for a second opinion. A New York specialist hired by the department reviewed the autopsy and said Lieutenant Parkins' death was an accident.
I think it made a significant impact in Dr. Zumwald's willingness to reevaluate and then ultimately changing it.
Dr. Zumwald has now ruled Lieutenant Parkins' death as undetermined.
I'm grateful that he has made this change, and I just hope it does provide some comfort for the family. This is not the outcome that many of us wanted, but at least it's a change.
The undetermined ruling does not mean his death was necessarily an accident. It just means there's not enough evidence to rule either way. The change also means a lot to the family. They told us after the suicide ruling that insurance company would not pay out on 2 life insurance policies if Parkins' death was a suicide. It's unclear if the new ruling will change that. Back to you.
Okay, Alex. Lieutenant Parkins, who was 38, left behind a wife and 2 sons. He worked for the Albuquerque Police Department in the motorcycle unit.